Man, what's happening, Lou? Big
Hello.
Lou.
Greeting my brother from
Hey,
Atlanta.
all right, all right. What's up, Robbo?
All praises, man. All praises.
All right. You and your lovely wife, how y'all doing?
Great, great, man. She
Welcome
ended up
back.
getting us here together.
What's up? What's up? All right, y'all know I can't see everybody. Dear Dante, dear Donnie, what's on? What's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm doing good.
Good, good,
Yeah,
good to see you,
yeah.
man.
Good to
You
see
good?
you.
You good?
Yeah, I'm doing great.
Good, good, good. We got to talk, man.
Yeah, I know.
You gotta talk, man. I gotta get caught up with all of y'all, man.
Yeah.
All right, so who we got here? Let's do roll call. Now, y'all know how we do it. Now, drop your name, drop your organization inside of the chat. You understand? Let everybody know who you are. You know, let's stay connected, man. Let's do not stay apart. Let's stay connected. All right. All right, Nikki from Chicago. What's up, Nikki? Where Nikki from Fort Lauderdale? Where my prophetess?
Here I go, Elder. I'm here.
There you go. There you go. There you go. That's my backup, y'all. It's my amen corner right here, y'all. All right, boy. I'm gonna tell y'all something. Y'all need a prayer. So y'all come right here. All right. Sandra Grana, how you doing? Avina Brown, home girl, what's up?
How are you?
All right, all right.
Hello, Elder.
Hey, what's happening?
All good.
You in traffic, eh?
Yeah.
All right, good, 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 good. Give it a couple more minutes. All right, where my people at, man? Where my people at?
Welcome back, Elder.
Thank you.
Happy belated birthday as well.
Thank you.
Happy belated birthday, Elder. How you doing?
You're
Happy
welcome.
belated birthday, Keith.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Good evening, Elder. Happy belated birthday.
Good evening. How you doing?
I'm doing well, better than I deserve.
All right. I like that. I like that. Okay, I don't know, but seem like my screen's stuck. Therese, can I get reclaim the as a host? Can you give it back to me?
Sure, Elder. Hold on.
Can't seem to reclaim it. I don't know. My screen is stuck. All right, having a little technical difficulties here. How many tried to use ChatGPT today?
They were down, Elder Keith, from they were down for like 2 hours, on both the paid and the free side.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I had issues too.
You did? Okay. I don't know
I
what's
can't
going
live without it, man. It does. It runs my life.
Yeah, man. Me too, man. I don't know, man, but my screen is stuck. I can't get it to move. I don't know. Let me see. Wow, I am literally, I don't know what's
You're
going on.
not alone. Me too.
My screen is stuck, y'all. Wow. Hmm.
That little circle refresh at the top.
I've tried everything, Jim. Okay.
Devil is a liar in the name of Jesus.
In the name of Jesus. Okay. I don't know, y'all. but I am not gonna let this defeat me. I don't know. All right. I'm gonna come out, then I'm gonna come back in, y'all. I'm gonna disappear, then I'll come back.
Good evening, Valerie.
Good evening. How are you?
All right, I'm Robert Cox from Atlanta, Georgia. I have not been able to get you out of my mind since I last saw you on the call. I would like to connect with you and share some things with you and see how I can help.
Yeah, I would love that. I put my information in there. I'll put my personal cell in the chat as well. And
Okay.
I'm going to talk about some interesting things today. So take some notes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. I really thank God for you. You're an amazing woman of God, and I'm just grateful to have the opportunity to connect with you.
All right. Now I got a little bit more control here. Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I don't know what happened, but the devil is a liar. Gonna try to stop me from unleashing this weapon we got here. Tonight, we got a weapon, y'all. I'm finna unleash her. I hope y'all got y'all pen and paper ready, man, because you're about to get into an opportunity that probably about 4 or 5% of the world's investors even get an opportunity to do. All right. So I want you guys to just keep your keep your mics muted so that there be no interruptions, you know what I mean, and allow this great woman to come on and introduce herself and introduce her platform and some of the things that she's going to be bringing to the team. Okay, so we're actually getting ready to plan a seminar, a webinar class where you guys are going to literally learn how to acquire properties. All right, because how many know that's our biggest pain points, actually getting properties? How many on this call needs to learn how to get property? Drop 100. Drop 100 into the chat. Let me see how many hundreds I got. Let me see how many hundreds I got. Okay. All right. We got, okay. All right. Now, Valerie, I don't mean you to drop 100 now. Come on. Okay. All right. Got a couple of hundreds. All right. Awesome. 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 All right. So I'm going to, open this opportunity up. And then at the very end, I know she got to go because she has a, hello? April Denise. April Denise.
I'm about to. I'm muting. My bad. I
All right.
realized I'm off mute. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I literally am babysitting, and I got 4 of them out there, and I lock my door.
Oh yeah, yeah. Okay, I'm muted. I'm
I
muted.
literally lock my door. Okay. Um. Yeah. So I'm grateful to be back. Thank you so much for everybody that wish me well wishes on my birthday, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for my wife, who literally, you know, does this every year for me, man. She booked my book a cruise for me. You know, I don't know what she gonna do next year, but I told her, I said I'm sick of those gallons of water. I need to see some land. I need to see something else. But I'm grateful for her, and I thank everybody for. But I want to give a big shout out for Omar, who stood in the gap for me last week, and was able to stand in for me, and you know, and keep the momentum going, keep the group together. I thank you so much. And I need more of y'all. And I know I got a lot of leaders in here, man, and I thank y'all for this opportunity. But again, there's anybody that wants to know how to get properties, and you want to get into this seminar that we're going to be doing in a couple of more weeks, drop your 100 in there and let me know. And also send me a special email that you're interested in doing that and that you learn. Send me a special email to keith@openupahalfwayhouse.com. My team is going to put that into the chat box so you guys can make sure that you reach out to me. Also, by way of announcement, everybody that was a part of the Grant Works workshop, Nita Martin, are you on the call tonight?
Yes, sir, we are.
Okay, so Nita, can you give the announcement?
I think she just basically wanted to let you guys know if you have any questions or anything tonight, you can let us know. Remember that paperwork is due tomorrow and email was sent out today. So we would like your initial paperwork to be sent in tomorrow with all supporting documentation. Our next meeting is going to be Sunday at 7. So try to get those items in tomorrow so we can start putting that package together.
Awesome.
And if y'all have any questions, I'll put my email in the chat, but y'all can also email Natalie. Thanks, Elder Keith, and welcome back.
Thank you. And y'all give it up for Nita, man. Come on, y'all. Ain't she amazing? I mean, she is like the literal spirit of this group. I mean, she OMG. Man, listen, Nita, I pray for you and Kenyon every single day. You hear me? Lord. I call your name.
Jesus.
Yes, she is amazing. Oh, yes, she is.
Oh my God.
Kenyon, Elder Keith.
Oh boy, you know what you got, Kenya. You know what you got.
Thank you, Lord. Bless.
Tell Natalie she the bomb.com. She don't give
Man,
herself enough
y'all
credit.
gotta value what you have among you. You know, you have to value it, man. And I hold you in high esteem. And I know there's greater things that God is going to bless you with because of your so unselfish acts of kindness. And you're just amazing. And Omar and April too, man. I want to thank all of y'all, man, for everything that y'all do and everybody. I mean, I got so many of y'all unsung heroes that, you know, I want to recognize that you guys do for the group as a whole. Beverly Gravina, Benta, Jeffrey Lopez, you know, Jeff from PA, Jeffrey Hunt, all of y'all, man, Marcus Redden, everybody that shows up every single week. I want to thank y'all, man, and I see you. And trust what I'm telling you, man. When we get funded, I'm going to make sure, man, that you guys get blessed. Now, this is recorded, so you heard it directly from me, okay? And even for y'all new folks, man, that, you know, show up every time we have a class, you know, for our meetings, man, I appreciate it. And I want to say this, and before I open up in prayer. I know there are some of y'all in this group that has personal challenges. And I'm gonna say a special prayer for y'all, man. Life shows up, man, but y'all stick with it, you know, and you stay with it. And I'm gonna tell you, man, when I started out, you know, I got a little goosebumps now, man. I came out of jail on the heels of my shoes. I ain't have nothing. I ain't come from no rich family that had a red carpet for me, man. I came out looking for a pick and shovel, trying to pick my way out, you know. And when God gave me this idea to open up my first home, I didn't have no money. I had every opposition. The devil threw the kitchen sink at me. You understand? The first person took my little $1,200 and ran. You know, so I know the struggle, man. And this is why, you know, when y'all are gone for 2 years and you come back, I start you right where you are. I don't care. And don't stop beating yourself up thinking you're not where you're supposed to be. It's okay. By God's grace, man, don't give up. You're going to get there. Okay? You guys are going to get there. Trust me. Just don't give up. Don't let the enemy think that because you ain't got this and you ain't, man, it's God that provides. Trust him.
Glory to
Trust
God.
him and rely on him.
Yes.
You understand? Let's pray. Spirit of the living God, I thank you again for yet another day that you have made. I will rejoice and be glad in it. We come into this meeting, Father God, with high expectations, for we know expectations is the breeding ground for miracles. I thank you, Father God, for making ways out of no way, for opening up doors that no man can ever shut. I thank you, Father God, for our destiny helpers. For the millionaires and the billionaires that's been assigned to this group, to this ministry, and they will provide everything that we need. I decree and declare that what's held up shall be released. You shall release it. Satan, you have no authority, no hold upon the people of God. I thank you, Father God, for opportunities that's already been opening. I thank you, God, for even the government bowing down to your will and our will, Father God. And for those that are weak in their faith, I pray your strength right now. And I decree and declare that we are overcomers in Jesus' name. Amen. Hallelujah. All right.
Amen. Okay.
Thank you so much, y'all. Now listen, I'm going to introduce this woman of God that don't need no introduction. She's a part of this amazing group. This woman is literally by far one of the most underrated, literally does not give herself enough credit, okay? But I'm giving her flowers right now, and she's coming in. And listen, for the price for her to teach what she's going to introduce today, people, they're charging $5,000. Listen, I bought a sub-2 course, man, and I paid $7,900, and it is still sitting on my shelf today. Okay? And so she's going to come in. She's joining this group to teach us this. Come on, man. OMG. All right? And without further ado, come on. Give it up for Valerie Soto. Come on, Val.
Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. So let me share my screen.
And by the way, y'all, this is my first time seeing her. She'll never show her face, y'all. We talk, but she ain't never showed her face.
Okay.
All right, so
yeah,
now you got halfway spelt wrong.
Halfway. Oh, whatever. I have 6 college degrees, but I have a 5th grade education. Someday
All
I'll
right.
give my testimony, but yeah, I'm a horrible speller. So sorry.
Do your thing, sis.
Okay. All right. So, like Elder said, this is the way that I was able to develop my recovery homes. And I wanted to share it with everybody that's on this group. I said I would. I also put my contact information on the page. I've helped a few people in the group. So I am a wealth of information. I am a clinician. I'm a scientist. I'm a researcher. I've worked in the mental health space for over 2 decades, treating individuals with autism and mental health. And so I got into real estate investing as a vehicle to fund my initiatives and my programs and my projects. I called it investing with a purpose. So I hear a lot of struggles and a lot of complaints of people having issues with landlords and renting. And this is a way that you can kind of avoid that. And so I wanted to share it with you. These are my 3 properties. So the pictures and the images that you see throughout, they are extremely large properties. That's why the cost of what we paid for them was pretty expensive. And I say expensive, but you can literally buy a home for $10,000. So basically the introduction of this PowerPoint is how to make money in real estate. I'm going to share briefly how my partner and I made money in real estate, and then what is subject to, because I'm sure everybody's like, we've never heard of subject to, what is it? And then how to invest in using real estate for your purpose, which it's common that that's what we're all doing. So I have a coach that tells me there's 12 different ways to make money in real estate. I personally have made money in real estate using these 6 strategies. Wholesaling is where I get under contract a home and then I sell it to an end buyer. Typically around 10 to 20,000. So it's literally, I get them to sign the contract. I have a buyer, or I go find a buyer and I say, hey, do you want this? And they say, yeah. I say, okay, wholesale fee, $10,000. It's the quickest and easiest way to make money in real estate. And you don't need any experience or any kind of cash up front, so to speak. Another thing we do is fix and flips. I just bought a house for $27,000 and we're going to fix it and then we're going to put it on the market and flip it. I didn't include that in this PowerPoint just because it wasn't relevant. The other thing is a subject to assignment. It's the same thing. You get a subject to property and then you assign it to someone else. Now, wrap is where we had a property and it was subject to, and what we did was we got an RMLO to underwrite to a buyer that normally would not get approved for a mortgage. I know you've seen those bandit signs where you can buy a house without using a bank, or no credit needed, we'll sell you a house, seller finance. So we have a property that we essentially became the bank and we wrapped it. And so we get an interest payment when they pay. And all these have systems. An equity partnership, we did that as well. It's where we found a property that the seller was wanting to sell, and they had a substantial amount of equity and they wanted cash. And we said, okay, well, we'll do the little repairs, we'll help you sell the house, and then we'll split the equity. And then the buy and hold. Buy and hold is just basic. We buy the property and we hold it as a rental. We have some Section 8 properties, and then majority of ours are subject to. So what is subject to? I'm sure the best way to break it down is a divorce. If you could imagine a divorce, and the judge orders the wife to keep the house, who is not on the mortgage. The husband is on the mortgage for whatever reason. The husband is the note holder and the wife owns the deed to the house. So she owns the house. She can stay in the house, she can sell the house, she can rent the house out, she can do whatever she wants. But her ex-husband's name is on the mortgage still. So how does that relate to me? Well, I own the property, but the original mortgagee or note holder is still on the mortgage. So I'm using his credit instead of my credit. There is 7 ways to do subject to. There's instant ownership. There's the seller pays you. Yes, you can make money on this, where you don't have to put any money out. You just literally, the seller says, I've seen it in a multi-generational home, and they have a mortgage and mom and dad are like, we just need to get out of here. And, you know, my colleague went to go analyze it and they said it's $12,000 at closing you would have to bring, and they bring 12,000 and he gets a check for $12,000. So cash for deed, reinstatement, and assignment. Those are the 6 ways to make money in subject twos. So what is subject to? This is what I do. So subject to is the seller for the reinstatement. We do the mortgage reinstatement. So the seller is late on their payments and the lender has started that foreclosure process. So what we do is we get the deed subject to the foreclosure action, and then we bring the loan current. So these are my 3 properties and I broke them down. You can see some of them we had instant equity. So I could turn around and sell the house and make a profit. But in each property, the seller was just in the foreclosure process and they each needed a substantial amount of money to reinstate. Our 5-bedroom was $43,000. Our brand new 3-bedroom in an immaculate area was $46,000. And then our Katy property, the 7-bedroom, was $57,000. And I wanted to point something out. You guys see interest rates are outrageous. Look at my interest rates. 2.5%, 3.5%. So on the New Caney property, I paid $46,000 at a 2.5% interest rate because I assumed the mortgage. So I subject to the mortgage. And my monthly payment is $1,501 a month. So why is this relevant? Well, right here, this is what I did to, I don't know if you can still hear me, but this is my humble project. This is my woman's home. And this is what investing with a purpose is. We structure our assets in a kind of like a 4 business model. We get a corporation or an LLC to protect our assets, which is the home. And then we get a separate entity for each home that we service. So New Life, Independent Living. Then we get another entity for our services, and then a 4th entity. So you can see this is a extremely large home, and we have visited many, many properties, and they're tiny or they're really, really small. And I wanted as many, you know, I want them to feel like it's home. And then this one is the upstairs. I may have cut out again. Did I cut out again? Okay, so this is the upstairs. And you can see it's a total of 10 bedrooms. So, or sorry, 10 beds, 5 bedrooms. So it's 5 bedrooms, 10 beds, and we charge $1,000 per bed. You can kind of do the math. And we specifically research colors and stuff like that when we design our homes, just because there's a whole research against that. So I wanted to provide you guys with some examples. And these are just examples that I pulled off a page that we go to look for our properties. And you can see right here on the examples of the subject to, I pulled from 3 different states, Florida, Arizona, and Texas. And you can see entry fee, $31,000. So you would pay $31,000 and then the closing costs. In Arizona, you can see the entry fee is $28,000. Go over to Texas, the entry fee is $18,000. These are pictures of what these homes look like. And I don't know about you. I mean, I had to get off the computer because I just wanted to buy homes, buy homes, buy homes, buy homes. I mean, I could, in my nonprofit, I could, host an event and raise $18,000. So I was like, oh my God, I got to get off the computer because I'm going to go buy more homes. And my partner's like, yes, we need to, we have 30 beds right now. We are closing on another property that has 3 properties on it that we got in the same manner, and it's going to house 30 men, and we're going to host on-site services. So it's going to be really, really interesting on this model set. So in closing, my partner and I paid $146,000. We have 30 beds among our 3 homes. And these are our 3 beautiful homes that we own. We can do what we like with it. Our mortgages are $1,500 to $1,600. I think our top one is $1,600. And if you did 30 beds at $1,000 a bed, I mean, even if you went down to $875, you could do the math of what our monthly payments are. So, and how it works. So this is, I believe, subject to, I've been in real estate and real estate investing, and subject to is the best way to invest with a purpose. Any questions?
Yes, I have a question. This is Antina, and for Mini Cabin. So you said it was your home is a woman's home. Is it for like the homeless, or what type of woman's home?
Yeah, so I am not a group home.
Okay.
I do not provide any care. My home is a woman's home. The other homes are men's home. What we provide is recovery from drugs and alcohol. That is it. So we have house rules for substance abuse, but we are solely a recovery home. And I mean, you can technically say we're a landlord because the house manager is typically individuals that live in the home, but we do not provide care whatsoever.
Okay, and I have another question. Now, as far as the subject to, if you get a home and say like for $10,000, and then you make a profit on that home, do you record that like on your paperwork for the nonprofit? Do you record the amount that you sell the home for or bought the home for? I mean, how did that work with if it's only like $10,000? You understand?
So, yeah, let me see if I understand your question, because we have 10 beds, so we make 10,000 a month. Are you referring to paying 10,000 down if I have to report the 10,000, or do I have to report the 10,000 a month in income?
No, just okay. So if you purchase the home for 10,000, do you record it for how much that house is really worth?
So, you're assuming the mortgage. So what we claimed on our taxes is the amount that we paid. So we claimed the 57,000, we claimed the 41,000 on our taxes, because that's all we paid.
Okay.
So we're in debt because we made a promise to pay the mortgage. So but it's in somebody else's name. The mortgage is in somebody else's name. And that's where subject to is an entire process. There's specialized attorneys, there's specialized RMLOs, there's specialized agents, and there's specialized insurance agents. Each one of these parts plays an intricate role. In our closing, to close with our lawyer, a typical closing is about $3,000. We had to pay an extra $1,000 for that service because you get a temporary protection or a temporary a right to or a temporary financial power of attorney so that we can negotiate on the deed, the property. Like if there's an escrow check or something, or we need to take out homeowners insurance, then we are the deed holder. So we have the attorney structures all that. And that's why we had to pay the additional $1,000 for that.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Miss Valerie, I had a question.
Yes.
I actually am in a version of a subject to where the mortgage is in somebody's name, but I think it's a little bit different. In the sense that the mortgage is in her name, the property is in my name, but the deed isn't paid off. Is that the same as a subject to?
Exactly the same.
Okay, so I'm in a subject to, but just recently she's passed. So I don't know what my limits are and what to do at this point with the property.
So the thing that we worry about with the subject to is the bank can call, there is a note or there is a section in the contract of the mortgage that says they can, it's called a due on sale clause, or they can call the note due. So depending on, let's say they owe $100,000 and they're holding the note. If she passed away, the bank may call the note due. And that would require you to pay the $100,000 right away.
Yes.
So I would consult an attorney, and I left my cell phone number on there. If you
I didn't see it in the chat. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll put it back in there, write it down, and just tell me, and I will text you my lawyer who's done them for 20 years.
Okay.
And I would ask that question to him because you don't want the note called due, right?
Yeah.
I mean, worst case scenario, it calls due, you have to list it and sell, or you buy it, or see if you can take over the mortgage and qualify.
All right, thank you.
Hey, Natalie, this is Nita Martin with New Life Skills Academy. I do see a couple hands up. That's why I wanted to say that as well. Like, I don't know if you can see the people that have their hands up. But I did want to ask, where are you finding these properties? Like, I look on the auction website, I go to the tax assessor's website, all of that, but where are you like, and I've seen the websites where you can pay to get like foreclosure lists, but I'm always like, am I really going to get a list? So is there a specific, okay. Where are you finding
I would not
these
pay
properties?
for anything. I would not pay for anything on like for helping you find a subject to. I've never paid anything for marketing. I'm in part of a real estate investment network group. We did pay for that, and it's where we're able to access private money because we do other projects, bigger and larger scale projects than this. But as far as subject to, there is so many Facebook groups. When you go onto Facebook, write subject to groups, and you will pull them up for your area. Pace Morby is one. He has over 137,000 people on his page, and you go on there, and that's where I pulled these ones. And you can buy properties anywhere subject to, once you know how to search for it. So the best thing is Facebook.
Can you repeat his name?
That's great information.
Pace
Thank you so much,
Morby,
Valerie.
P-A-C-E, Morby.
And I may be reaching out to you, Valerie, just real quick. Oh, I think you went on mute. Your
Yeah,
mouth
I'm here.
was full,
I'm
but
here. Sorry.
no, I may reach out to you just to get information about that group as well. Thank you.
Yeah. You're
And I'll
welcome.
just call on the next person with their hand up since I'm already on the mic. Go ahead, Bakers.
Yeah, I was gonna say, with the subject too, when you do it, like you said, they call it a note, and when you call in a note, there like a risk to it too, because when somebody happens, because the first loan is in the person name who you're getting the house from, you have to get a contract with them. So the bank is basically in contract with the person that you're getting the house from. So if they ever want to call the note or find something out like that, they can call it in anytime according to the contract, right?
Well, can I answer that
Correct.
real quick, Valerie?
No, I know
Hold on,
I'll
hold
do
on.
it. That's why I do it somewhere out here. That's all I was asking,
Let
man.
me just say something really quickly. My attorney's been doing it 20 plus years, and he said it's like the Loch Ness monster. You know, people have claimed to see it, but we've never really seen it. So the banks are not in the lending business, or they're not in the real estate business. And for them to call the note due, and then the people aren't going to be able to pay it. And then they go into foreclosure, and then they got to hire lawyers. No, as long as somebody's making the payment, they're happy. Go ahead, Elder. Sorry. I just wanted to say
So
that.
let me interject real quick. All right. So what you have to understand, everybody on this call, you have to understand that there are risks in every business venture. Don't ever come into real estate thinking that this is the candy land. Like you're gonna make it. The first deal I did, there was asbestos all in the house. Okay. And so I didn't know it, and you know, I lost my shirt. However, you must, and this is a big M-U-S-T with capitalized, you must invest in an attorney to help you structure and protect you in any transactional deal. So I know that there are a lot of YouTube University graduates out here. There's a lot of, I can figure this out on my own out here. But let me tell y'all something. There was something I heard Magic Johnson said. He said when he got into the NBA, they asked him a question, are you good at what you do? He said, I know I'm damn good. The man said, then you need to fire everybody you got and hire people that can take you to the next level. Okay? So please understand there are risks, but there are also big awards when you are protected. So let me also say this. And I guess me and Valerie met about a month ago. I don't even think it's been a month. We've been talking, we just connected. Let me tell y'all something. She has a system so crazy. In 3 days, this woman sent me like deals right here in Florida now. She's way in Texas. $10,000, $15,000. I mean, with equity. And I said to myself, well, where you been all my life?
Mm-hmm. And see, I'm doing it. These are my properties. They're subject to. If you want me to do another PowerPoint, I'll bring all my HUD statements, everything. You can see documents, hand-on, how my attorney structured it. I'm here to empower you guys to be able to do this. My brother died of fentanyl last year. So this is near and dear to my heart, that we get these homes, we have effective programming, that we're able to have the, you know, no issues with landlords, that you're empowered and you can do what you want in your home. You don't have to worry about, you know, your property getting taken, and you're able to deliver a quality, effective service so that our individuals that come to and through our programs can get a good chance and get clean and sober. I mean, I will do this till the day I die. And I have these resources. Again, I've seen issues where, or I've heard of issues where, you know, for example, in our subject twos, the reason I said those 4 entities' names is because when you go to get a homeowner's insurance, you have to make sure that when you submit it, that it's the lender's name, the deed holder's name, and the mortgagee's name. A lot of people who do homeowners insurance, these insurance brokers don't know that. And it'll raise an issue. So you have to have these people, these specific people that know exactly what they're doing in subject to and have a track record of doing it. I mean, it's been around forever. And it's just, we're helping people. I said 7 different ways to make money in subject to. I listed 6. I showed you my specific example because it's easy. Reinstatement, they're motivated sellers because they don't want to get a bankruptcy or a foreclosure over their head. So they're like, you're going to take over my payments and you promise you'll pay them, you know, until the mortgage runs out. Good, take it. So I don't have a foreclosure and I can go live my life. And a lot of the people, like the one that I just bought not too long ago, the guy was relieved. He said, thank you for stepping in. And, you know, now I have a beautiful home. I could sell it tomorrow if I want and pay off the mortgage. Or I could keep it and my exit strategy could be sober living and I make a profit.
And
So that I can help more people. Sorry.
Exactly. But your profit margin, your cap rate goes well beyond the average 10, 12%, all the way up to 40%.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, crazy. All right, let's keep going because I know you got to go. I got Omar and I got Rachel, but Rachel, go first, Rachel.
Valerie, hi, it's Rachel. I'm glad I finally got a chance to put a face to the voice.
I can't.
Right.
This is Rachel. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I finally put a face to the voice. I've spoken to you several times. I am still coming down to visit you. I'm in Texas. I'm the one in Texas that you spoke to over the phone.
I cannot hear. Can you repeat the question, Elder? Sorry.
All right, so that's Rachel Labors in Texas. She's
okay.
The one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
My girl.
Yeah, your girl.
Yes.
If she can't hear me, tell her I'm still coming to see her.
She's still coming to see you.
Okay.
Yes. Let me put my number. There it is. Yes. Hi, Rachel. Yeah, no, we're gonna be, you better watch out if you're in other states because Texas is about to blow up. Texas is about to blow up.
Awesome.
Yes, we are.
All right,
Yeah.
Rachel, you had any other questions? Okay, great. Omar, where my boy?
Yes, I'm here. Thank you first and foremost, Valerie. A lot of positive information. Elder Keith mentioned that you have deals available, and I wanted to know, do you have any current deals that you can share with us in the group if some of us are in a position for those price points to take over properties, and just what does that look like and how could we connect with you to do that?
Yeah, so you would have to tell me what area you're in and so on and so forth, because I do have access to all over I have a partner that buys houses in every state. So she does about 12 subject twos a month, her and her group. I mean, it's the easiest way to get a house. And you know, if we're gonna go buy a house with a mortgage, you know, you got to have a down payment. It's kind of like just easier to do it this way. I mean, when you start understanding it and you get connected with the right people and you have that, like I said, in a closing for a regular home that you buy, I pay about $1,000 more because I have an attorney's title company close it that's familiar with subject to.
And this works in all 50 states, right?
All 50 states, yes.
No,
I heard that, right?
Very familiar with the process, but as Nita said, sometimes it's just a challenge finding some of those for those $10,000 to $15,000 entry points. And that's kind of where I'm looking to enter at right now. So again, it's not a far-fetched that if, you know, with the areas we're looking to go into, if we had someone to be able to point us in a direction for us to take off and accelerate in that regard.
Yeah, well, the ones that I just posted, I found those last night. So there are entry points, and I didn't share. I should have shared my buy box. So A lot of this
That's what I was
lingo
looking.
and language is your buy box, and I have mine where I say my do's and my don'ts and because there's a lot of wholesalers. That first thing that I talked about as a financial tool to make money in real estate, there's a lot of people that get these subject twos under contract. So I don't have to go call foreclosed people or buy the list and call foreclosures. I just pay them a fee, like a finder's fee or a wholesale fee, as we call it. So in subject to language, they tell you to have your buy box ready. Maybe Elder, I don't know, I can do another presentation. I mean,
No, so
I can get it
that segue me into this. Okay. For all of you guys that are interested in learning how to do this, first of all, we're in the real estate business, y'all, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
whether you still got on your Mother Teresa hat and you just want to help the world, like we're in the real estate space, period. Now, if you want to learn how to do this, we have a seminar that's coming up, just like we did with the Grant Works workshop. We will make it affordable for everybody that is an elite member of the group. Again, if you are an elite member of this group, some of y'all came on at special invites because I sent you an email, but you have to be an elite member, then we're going to give you an amazing opportunity to be able to learn a skill set. But not only that, I haven't even talked to Valerie on this one. Not only that, but I also have a funder that will, if you find the deal, loan you the money to actually acquire it.
Wow.
Where my mic? Okay, drop the mic.
Right.
Come on, y'all. Let's do
Say
it.
that again. Say that again.
Yes, yes. For the people
Let's
in the back.
Let's do it, y'all. Let's do it. Let's do it. So whoever's interested, drop your name. More than that. Send me your email address. Okay. Send it to me. Valerie is going to be the one that will be spearheading this. And we're going to do a 3-day workshop on this coming up soon. We're working out the details. Now, stop thinking, oh, Elder, I don't have the money. You got the idea, okay? All you need, money ain't nothing but ideas translated into money. That's it, okay? So we're going to show you how to raise capital. All right, don't let that be the thing that stopped you, because if it was the thing that stopped me, I would never be talking to y'all right now. But I had an unstoppable spirit. And I said, I don't care how it's going to happen, God. I know you with me, and I know you're going to make a way out of no way. How many with me on this here? Okay, so we going to make it happen, y'all. All right, y'all with me on this?
All right, Elder, I have to go. Bye, guys.
I know.
Sorry, I have a meeting
Bye,
at
baby.
7.
Thank you so much.
Bye, bye, bye.
God bless you. We'll talk to you soon. And you and I get together tomorrow. All right, y'all say bye to Valerie. She's gone.
Bye, Valerie. Mr. Elder Keith.
Yes, sir.
Hey, this is Valdez, Chicago.
Hey, Valdez.
My non-for-profit is Life Assist. We're in Chicago, Illinois. Hello to the group. I wanted to ask, you said something about the elite members and this class. How do we, are you going to send out some a notification about signing up for that?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Thank you very much.
All right. Now I'm back, y'all. I am going to announce this here in this meeting today that we're going to take a I got to take a 2-week hiatus from all trainings because I got to take the time to revamp our trainings. You know, I've been at this since 2017, learned a lot, got a lot of content. And so we're streamlining everything. I'm bringing on more things that more tools. And so I gotta revamp, y'all. So y'all got to give me some time to do some reconstruction. Also, with our national coalition, we're still in the process of streamlining that and building up the whole website and everything. I'm gonna need everybody. I know you're on the call right now. Shara, are you here? Are you still with us, Shara?
Yes,
By the
sir, I'm
way,
here.
yeah. So I need y'all to keep the Philippines in prayer because they had a tornado, a volcano that erupted right down from her town where she was born and raised, right? And so there's a lot of technical difficulties with their internet and all of that, and possibly some people are threatened to be, I ain't gonna say that, but anyway, y'all keep her in prayer. But I want y'all to please send your information to her for the national coalition. All right, please don't send it to me again. Send it to her. I tried to forward most of that information, but a lot of it is not there. And please, let me re-say this again. Don't send me a resume. Write out a short bio. Write out a short bio. Don't send me your whole resume of when you was 18 years old, how you won the AAA, contest, and you 83 years old. Don't send me that, okay? Just send me just a short bio. All right, thank y'all so much. Now, so I'm gonna have to take a couple of weeks off because we're revamping the roadmap, everything. We're doing everything. I'm also gonna bring on another investor, y'all, by the name of Fred Calabrese. Now, he's done over $20 million right now in real estate. So I'm bringing in some heavy hitters, man, to help everybody on top of what Miss Millie is doing. Okay, but this will, while we're waiting, this will help us get some stuff going. Okay. As far as the hotel goes with the Patels, we're still in talks with them yet. We have not set up a meeting. Miss Millie is in meetings after meetings after meetings. I don't have an update yet, but I can say this. $20 billion has been released. Okay. And so funding is imminent. Underwriters, we don't know when that's going to happen, y'all. I don't care. All I know is $20 billion has been released. Okay. So, we coming up real soon. But I'm not going to sit on my thumbs and wait on that. I've been waiting 2 years. Why would I keep waiting on that? That don't make no sense, y'all. Please, if you listen to anything, listen to your mentor. Take advantage of what you have in front of you. And we have an opportunity now to learn how to access properties. We have people on board right now that can help us get grants. How many was in the Grant Works workshop with Natalie? Was it amazing? Was it amazing? Unmute yourself. Let me get some rah. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yes, amazing, great.
100, Elder, it was 100.
Okay. So
Truly amazing, awesome, extravagant.
your
Oh my God, knowledgeable.
Your return on your investment with that is going to reverberate in your future because it's not going to stop with this, y'all. We got many more opportunities that we're going after. And because you're already grandfathered in, because you took the opportunity to actually invest in yourself in that Grant Works workshop, we're going to go further with the next one. Okay, so we got a survey coming out. I need to improve what we already done. And so I know she sent out a little temp one, but I'm doing another one. All right. So that we can make sure that we streamline this and make sure that you guys get this money. Let's secure the bag, y'all. Let's get this money, man. Okay. And so I just want to give y'all some encouragement. We're here. Yeah, I don't care what nobody say. We're going to change the nation. We're going to change the way things have been done. Everybody is going after the luxury. They're going after the high-end people. Yes, it's okay. And maybe you want to do it too. That's fine. I'm not saying don't. But don't forget about there's more numbers in poor people than there are in rich. Okay? So don't think that you can't make money with this. You can make way more money by adding all of these wraparound services. I'm going to give you an example. One house potentially should always bring in a minimum of $7,000 a bed when it's done right. That's right. Okay? So we going there. We're going to get there, y'all. So the bakers, you got your hand up.
Yeah, I was gonna say about the subject too, Elder Keith, that you can talk to your local real estate agent and anybody in California. If you need help with it, I can give you listings for free because my real estate agent been doing it. I just haven't done it myself, but he walked me through the process. So anybody in California that actually needs listings and want to move forward with it, I can get you listings for free.
Okay,
and just give
so
them to you.
Baker, can you put your information in there? Because I'm in California. Patricia,
Yes,
community
yes, I
outreach
sure
services.
can. I will.
Put your
I
number
will.
in the chat.
Yeah.
Ditto.
Ditto, Kelly. Erica Barodi.
Hi, Elder. Happy belated birthday.
Thank
This
you.
is Erica from Infinity Nonprofit in Georgia. I wanted to ask you about the subject too. What's the name of the Facebook group? You said a gentleman's name, but I didn't get it.
It's Pace Morby. Morby. I think BYBI. So Pace Morby is one of the ones that is more famous for coming up with this strategy of instead of buying the house outright by just taking over people's mortgages. You know, so he came up with 6 different strategies. And believe it or not, y'all, this is only one way of actually getting into the real estate space without having the best credit in the world. This is only one way. All right. There's when y'all wait till y'all hear Fred. Man, I'm gonna bring Fred on. This gonna y'all ain't seen nothing yet. So we got a arsenal of tools that we're gonna be unveiling to this group. Man, I'm telling y'all, man, and I'm gonna say it again until it's, you know, till the cows come home. When I get done with y'all, they're gonna name a street after y'all. When I get done, we ain't even got started yet. But God is amazing. And he's bringing so many different people to our team and to our group that it's just simply amazing. And so with the hotels, let me tell y'all a challenge with the hotel thing. The challenge with the hotel thing is not every city is willing to actually change the codes for that hotel. And you can never go to a hotel, to the city and say, hey, I am a sober home, and I want to convert 50 rooms into a hotel. No, not the right lingo, y'all. Wrong lingo. You know they're already scared of us. Because the only thing they're going to think is that, oh my God, all these addicts and all these drunkies, they're going to be out here stealing people's stuff. You can't say that. Okay? What we have to say is that we're providing workforce housing and affordable housing for the workforce. Okay? That's the lingo. And so we're working with one group right now. I'm working with Mr. Raj Patel. He's in Maryland. And we're still in talks. I got another meeting with him this week. And so I have more information for y'all on that in the next couple of weeks, okay? All right. So any more this is Q&A now. Any questions about anything?
Oh, yes, this is Antina again.
Hey,
From Mini
Antina.
Cabin. Can you, is Anita still on the line? Anita,
I am.
okay, can you call me? I left my
Um,
number in the chat. I can put it back
Okay.
on.
Okay, you can put it in the chat. I'll text you.
Oh,
Okay, thank you.
oh, Beverly, can you come on? You working, huh? You can't talk? Beverly Gravina? Put it in the
I'm
chat.
relaxing.
Oh, okay.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Beverly, tell us about what's gonna happen next week.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm super excited for this. So next week we are going to have Executive Deputy Attorney General Rob Reed, who's in charge of reentry with the Pennsylvania Governor's Office, and he's also a federal prosecutor affiliated with DC and everything else. It's our government. So he is going to be coming on and explaining the HEAL PA initiative, which is based around trauma-informed care. I'm on the HEAL PA coalition. I'm the on the subcommittee for corrections, probation, parole, and reentry. Healing this state. This is going to be rolled out federally. So we're already involved in other states as well, and the other attorney general's offices are jumping on board because this is the way it is. So Rob Reed will be on next week. He's super excited because yeah, it's just time. It's an amazing thing going on. Like Elder Keith said in the prayer in the beginning, like get the government to move mountains here. So awesome. That's it.
Awesome. And so this initiative is going to be nationwide, correct?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yep. And you know, honestly, what they need is because they need the marriage of, you know, what we do and what they do. And, you know, from the wraparound services to the real estate to everything, you know, it's everybody's family has somebody or multiple somebodies in it, you know. So and in our, you know, Congress, everything, there's always somebody. So it's time to heal that.
Amazing. Okay, Omar, you had your hand up.
Yes. I had a question from last week. The subcontractor agreement forms. There were some changes to that form, and we talked about it a while ago. I want to just follow up, but it was a question that we had. Those changes ever made, and could we send them out on so that we could get those signed and make sure we have the correct changes and the one that we all uniformly agreed to?
Okay, so we agreed that we questioned the part about the intellectual property belonging to her. That was deleted. So you can delete that off of your contract, resend that back to her.
Okay.
All right. Resend that back to her. But make sure all communication, you CC me in every communication you have with Miss Millie. Shara, Therese, any of my team, anybody, make sure that I'm CC'd in that communication so that I can keep track of it. Because once she see that my name is on there, she know that I'm going to be like a bloodhound and on top of it. Okay. All right. So I have Diodani and I have Sandra Grana.
Yes, Mr. Elder K.
Yes,
This
sir.
is Diodone from Indiana. Yeah, my question is, I have never got my business plan, and that's why I was not able to fill up any of my paperwork.
So you paid Miss Millie?
Yeah, and I've been waiting. I've been talking to her. She, you know, it's been like 2 months. She told me like next week.
No,
I keep
that's not
reminding.
happening.
Now I'm
Okay.
waiting. Now I'm waiting tomorrow. Yesterday she told me she gonna send it tomorrow, Wednesday. So, but you know, it's been forever. I keep waiting next day and never happened.
Okay, dear Donnie, I'm going to be
Yeah.
on top of this. I'm writing it down right now as a note. And
Yeah,
I
that's why
need
I was
you.
calling you when I was on a vacation.
I need you to please text me tomorrow. Send me and her a text together.
Yep, I will do that.
Me and her. And then I'm going to follow up with her. And I'll get you a definite date.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right.
All right.
Elder, it's Beverly. I spoke with Miss Millie Sunday evening. She is in conference with legislators down in Florida this week, so that's why she's a little slow on doing things, because she's super inundated with good stuff.
I know. That's why I said, you know, she's not responding to you right now. I know what's going on. She's in a lot of meetings right now, but you know, at the end of the day, we was told 15 days about a week ago. So let's just be patient, y'all, and let's just keep our remember now, expectation is the breeding ground for miracles. If you expect it, it has to happen, y'all. So don't lower your expectation. Keep your expectations high. Don't put God on a time frame, because you can't box God in. Just keep believing. That's it. That's all I ask you to do, please. May not come when you want him, but he's always right on time. Sandra Grano, you got your hand up. Come on.
Yes, please. Yeah, Elder, what document I just missed out on? There was a document you just talked about right now too. Which is that?
That is, what is that, Omar?
That was the subcontractor agreement.
Okay.
The subcontract agreement form. So in the subcontract agreement form, there was some language. And you know, the first person that bought that to me was oh gosh.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh gosh. Oh, my girl is in
Dr.
Chicago.
Kinnard.
Oh,
Dr.
the core Hayes was the first one bought that to me. So we discussed it as a group, and we all came to agreement as a group. It doesn't sound right. Legally, it's like she owns us, you know, and it's not right. And so we, you know, I went back to her. She said that was not her doing. That was a little cavalier on her compliance officer that put that in there. Strike it out. Take it out, because it's not accurate. Okay? So please delete it, take it out, and then resend it back to her for her to countersign it. Okay? And make it a legal binding contract. Okay, Janika Bird, Nikki.
I'm trying to what do I take out of that, Elder, in the thing when I send it back to her? I see where it says,
So it's something in there that states that whatever you get belongs to them. Like if you get a deal and stuff like that, like it belongs to them also. So whatever property,
it's the intellectual property.
Right.
Oh, it's okay. I see it. Okay, so I take that out.
Yeah, take that out.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, let me also say this emphatically. This grant opportunity is called a non-recourse loan. I know y'all are new to this. I was new to it when I first heard it 5 years ago. But a non-recourse loan has in it by itself conditions that if you adhere to those conditions, you do not have to pay it back. Now, non-recourse means you don't pay back. In other words, they ain't coming after you. But if you do not do what you're supposed to do, then guess what? you're going to end up paying it back. That's what that means. Don't let that scare you. The only way that can scare you is if your heart ain't right. You got something up your sleeve. Okay, but don't let that scare y'all. Okay? Now, I am going to bring you guys up to speed on this whole trading platform. I promise you, I'm going to find all the documentation that you guys need. It's not a PPP loan. It's not similar to a PPP loan. It's not a stimulus. No. This is a trading platform that's been going on since 1913 that only the 1%ers of this world even know about. I got a millionaire friend. I got somebody that from Joe Gramando, his attorney and his friend got on the call, and he did not know a thing about it. He didn't even know it existed. When he looked it up, he was amazed. Now he's pursuing it himself. Okay? So we are very blessed and fortunate to even be introduced to this opportunity. Oh, it's coming. I ain't got no doubt about it. I know it's coming. And all I can say is, listen, when it hit, how you like me now? That's it. That's all I can say. All right. Jeffrey, unmute. You're next on the call.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Keep us up. I got a question, I got a comment. Has Miss Millie ever gotten anybody funded through this platform or any other kind of funding source? That's my first question.
Okay. So I don't know them personally, but I do know that she helped my cousin get his funding. That's how, like, it was like he was the one convinced me that she's the real deal.
Okay, so your cousin is the only one that you know of that she helped with funding.
Right.
Right. Okay. My second question is, I know Miss Millie is busy. I get that, but at some point we got to stop making excuses for Miss Millie, and she just doesn't respond to nobody. I can't say nobody. I sent her, when she sent me the subcontract agreement, I sent it to her twice for the countersign to send back. She didn't do it. The award letter, I sent it to her 3 times for the countersign to send it back. I mean, she just doesn't sign. We her clients. I think she need to be more professional in that respect in terms of responding. It could be late, but she don't respond at all.
I'm in total agreement with you, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead, Jeff.
Oh, I'm finished.
No, I'm in total agreement, bro. Why you think I said, man, y'all ask her. Bring her, let me bring her on and let her be accountable.
Right, Keith. But the problem is, right, that when she comes on, she really not, nobody really, people give her a lot of leeway, and they should, right? But it's not,
not
when
really.
She come on, huh?
Not really. You shouldn't.
Well, I know you shouldn't, because at the end of the day, we are her clients.
That's right.
We paid her.
That's right.
Service. I didn't email Miss Millie. She's never not one time responded to anything that I've sent her. It's very unprofessional. And at some point, it gets irritating. Like what we paid.
And let me say this too, Jeff. All right. The next time that y'all hear me good on this, and as a matter of fact, I'm gonna send her this training. I'm gonna send her the video. Y'all hear me real good on this. The very next time she comes on this call, Jeff, don't be shy, because I know you ain't. But I want you to bring that up.
I will.
Because again, if I pay you for a service, and just like with y'all, and I'm gonna tell y'all this too, and I say this all the time, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart. Don't ever text me and say to me, I know you too busy, or I know you busy and I don't want to. Listen, if you pay me $1, I'm obligated to respond to you. I am obligated, and you can hold my feet to the fire. And I believe the same thing with her. Anybody. Okay? Anybody. So I'm in total agreement, and I ain't taking up for nobody. I brought y'all on here to her, and damn it, my name on it. So yes, we will
Elder
hold
Keith.
the fire.
Elder Keith.
Yes,
It's
sir.
Jeremiah from California. Is this type of funding that she's doing, doesn't this type of funding goes like to fund countries? Because that's what she had said last time. It's like funding countries and stuff like that.
It funds projects.
Okay.
It funds all kind of, the main thing that this fund is projects that provide humanitarian resources like housing, homes, builds wells, humanitarian stuff. But it's not something that actually that they keep giving it back to you again and again. Like, it has to produce its own revenue. It has to be a sustainable project. So that's why they don't give money to churches, battered women's shelters, because that doesn't produce revenue. Okay. All right. So we coming up on the 21. It's 8:21 right now, 7:21 some places, and 4:21. All right. So listen, we're gonna close out. I want to thank everybody. You said I had to send your war letter. Rachel King. Rachel, can you talk? Can you unmute? Because all right, let me say this to everybody. I'm old. I'm an old man. Like, I can't do all that texting. So can you unmute and talk?
Real quick before she unmutes, Elder Keith, this is Nita with New Life Skills Academy, because I had put something in the chat as well. So you probably, but I was just asking, I thought in the last meeting we had asked Miss Millie to come on in like a week or two, but I know you said we're taking a sabbatical. So I was just wondering if that was like being pushed back, or if she's gonna be meeting.
Oh no, she said 15 days. So guess what?
Okay.
In another week, right after next week after next, I want her to be on.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna take a sabbatical right now. I'm just letting y'all know it's coming up.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So are we still having the board meeting on Saturday?
Yes. All right. So y'all know what, well, y'all don't know. I went on vacation, right? Now, I didn't get off the boat. I didn't actually get to my house till after 2:00. So I kind of planned that wrong, but we are going to have our meeting this Saturday. And I'll send out an invite to everybody that's on the board.
Okay. And in the meantime, we'll just go ahead and redo the bio and get it to Shara.
Yeah, she's doing the revamping the website right now with everybody's name and pictures and everything, but we don't have everybody's stuff. And that's on me, trust me, because you sent it to me, and Lord have mercy. I'm worse than Miss Millie. Now, I ain't bad as her though. I hope I'm not.
Keith, you ain't nowhere near as bad as Miss Millie. You gonna respond.
Yeah.
At all. We can't let you hold that torch. If you don't text us that day, the next day you will follow up. And I understand what Jeff is saying 100%. And yes, she is providing us a service with the grant money, and I get it, but we did pay for that. You know what I mean? We did pay for a timely response, and I get it. I'm trading platform, as you and I have had other conversations. I know it takes long. There is no set timetable to it. 100% agree. But when you collect from all of these people, you expect a phone call, and that we're not getting that response back.
Right. Okay. I totally agree. All right, so Rebecca, come on, don't ask these questions in secret. Ask questions right now. Get it out. Don't ask. Bring this before the whole group.
The internet is really bad around here.
Huh?
You hear me?
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. So you wanted me to ask the question that I text you?
Yeah. So the whole
Okay,
group
so
here.
when I spoke to Miss Millie, she said that she had to wait for you to let her know what order the funding was going to be sent out, or
That she has to
you
wait for
understand?
me.
So she like put it in your corner. I mean, she said she was waiting for you to let her know in what order that the funding was going to go out. That's week before last. I guess we talked to her when we had the last meeting.
Oh, okay. Can some of y'all older people been on this call answer that one for me?
Yes, this is Cynthia with Upside Transitional
Okay,
Living.
so the quarter change is June 21st.
The order
Say that
change.
again?
What?
The quarter change is June 21st. So we're 2 weeks away, 3 weeks away from the third quarter.
No, that's
No.
not the question. That's not the question.
Okay, let me respond to her. Let me respond to what she said.
Well, that's
Okay,
what I'm
okay.
I'm saying that because if she's saying that it's up to you when the funding's going to be dispersed, she might say,
No, that's not. That's not.
asking any type of
Can
donation
I
or
respond to what she
anything.
said?
No, that's not it, Bev. That's not it.
Keith, let me respond to what she said.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let Jeff answer. Let Jeff answer.
When Miss Millie came on the call a couple of weeks ago, that question was raised. I think if I'm not mistaken, Miss Nita Martin had asked her a question and that answer came out. She said that Joe Gamando got a sheet. Keith said it was an Excel spreadsheet and the order in which people will be funded. So she said Joe Gamando got that spreadsheet. She said Joe Gamando's been trying to reach out to her, but she hasn't been able to reach back out to him. So I don't know why she mentioned Keith's name. Joe Gramando is the one who got the sheet. He made the sheet.
Okay. So now what that simply means, Rebecca, is that in the order of the people that came in, month by month, we have a spreadsheet, right, Kathy?
I was here. It started in July and I came in August.
Thank you. So it's based on that. So based
on 2022.
Okay. So based on 2022, if you came in 2024, do not expect you to be up in 2022. So based on the order that it came in, when you came in and you got your name submitted, whether you got your business plan or didn't get your business plan, you was added to the master list. So that's the question. That answers that question. So it's not on me in terms of who get picks. She already has the list. But,
oh, okay. You said it then.
But watch this, Rebecca. When this is my interpretation of how this is going to go. So when the funding starts, it's going to be, I'm just giving an example. Don't write this in stone. Please do not say, keep this what you say and it's written in stone. This is my interpretation of it. There's going to be 10 submitted this week, 10 next week, 10, you know, or it might be 30. I don't know. You know what I mean? But what I was told was that $10 billion has been released into the account to be dispersed. That's what I was told.
So can I ask you another question real quick?
Any questions you want to ask?
Okay. So when Miss Millie tell you that $10 billion has been released, I mean, obviously you believe in what she say. Does she substantiate this in any way, form, or fashion? I mean, the reason why I'm asking this question because we've been waiting for a long time, and I think at this point, Miss Millie needs to start substantiating some of the stuff that she's saying. She's saying $10 billion has been released. I mean, does she have any receipts, any wire transfer, anything that we can sink our teeth into to say, okay, well, we're moving forward? Because she haven't illustrated none of that yet.
Right. Not to me either. So hold that question for when she come on.
I certainly will.
All right. So anyway, y'all, I can't go any further. I got my team. They're in the Philippines, man. They literally, it's morning time for them. So they got to get ready for school. All right. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate everything. Great questions. And listen, there are no dumb questions, y'all. And I don't want you to ever feel like you cannot ask questions, but I want y'all to also believe that Keith doesn't have the ultimate answer. I don't. I'm just like y'all. I'm waiting on funding myself. Okay? But in the meantime and in between time, we still gonna get our work done. Okay? So I'm gonna pray us out real quick, because I don't want somebody to stop praying and pray for another 30 minutes. Let's pray real quick. Father, we thank you again for another great day, another opportunity to see your grace and your mercy. We pray, Father God, that every word that was spoken, every idea that's been put before you, downloaded from you, God, will be manifested in days to come. I cover every person on this call. I cover their family. I cover their mission. I cover their omissions. And I thank you for everything that you're doing. In Jesus' name, amen. Glory to God.
Amen. Have a good night, everybody.
Amen. Good
Amen.
night.
Have a
everyone.
good one, everybody.
Amen. God bless y'all.
Thank you, Elder Keith.